What would you like?
That's okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for your flexibility as we've been moving around in this heat. We appreciate it, and we appreciate your presence here today. Let me begin by recognizing Trustee Otis Plaque and other members of the FAMU Board of Trustees, Dr. Larry Robinson, the 12th President of the University, Dr. Maurice Eddington, Vice President of Academic Affairs and our Provost, FAMU administrators, FAMU faculty and staff, FAMU students, FAMU College of Law and staff, FAMU College of Law students, including our Student Bar Association President, Tracy Gervil, and members of the SBA Executive Board, along with other law student leaders, our FAMU alumni, and all of the members of the family and their friends who are here today. I am pleased to officially welcome you to the unveiling of a plaque recognizing 57 very special individuals. Florida A&M University College of Law is celebrating 20 years since being reopened in Orlando. But there would be no reestablished FAMU College of Law in Orlando without the original FAMU College of Law right here in Tallahassee. So we wanted to highlight the legacy of those who began their illustrious careers in the law, politics, business, and other professions by entering the doors right behind me here at the north end of Coleman Library. First, please prepare yourselves for special greetings from President Robinson, followed by greetings from Dr. Eddington.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this historic occasion, something that we've been looking forward to for a very, very long time. And thank you, Dean Keller, for your current leadership of our College of Law in Orlando. Thank you so much. I am honored to be here for this unveiling, honoring 57 graduates of the original Florida A&M University Law School. Let me recognize and offer special thanks again to Dean Deidre Keller and her team from the College of Law, Tallahassee Mayor John Daly, who's here, to the Commissioner and Rattler in her own right, Diane Williams-Cox, Leon County Commissioner Bill Proctor, who wished he had gone to FAMU, but he went to Howard instead. But he made it, he started off right as a baby Rattler here at our Developmental Research School. Thank all of you for joining us today. On December the 21st, 1949, a division of law was established at the then Florida A&M College, and the first class was admitted in 1951. The legislature established the school because no separate but equal state-supported law school existed for African Americans in Florida at that time. The school's enrollment was limited to African American male students originally, but Trustee Joyner, Senator Joyner, she saw fit to change that during her tenure. However, the first FAMU Law School was closed through a vote of the Florida legislature in 1965, with the funds being transferred to a new law school at formerly all-white Florida State University. In 1966, the institution lost the right to admit students after a decision by the Florida Board of Control, and 2 years later, in 1968, the last students graduated from this great school. In all, 57 students graduated from the school between 1954 and 1968. We're here to celebrate all of them today during this unveiling. I do want to recognize some who are here in attendance. Senator Athenia Joyner, she's here. Thank you, Senator Joyner, for joining us today. Attorney John Dew is here. Thank you, Attorney Dew, for joining us here today as well. And we have family members of some of those original 57 as well. Howard Gore Knight, you see that family is here being represented. Ed Duffy, Sidney Lumpkin, Senator Benjamin Lumpkin, and Judge Perker Meeks. Thank all of you for joining us today. I can't tell you how important you are to the DNA, the history, and legacy of Florida A&M University. Flash forward to 2000, to the year the Florida legislature unanimously passed legislation establishing a Florida A&M University College of Law to be located in Orlando on June the 14th of 2000. Then Governor Jeb Bush signed the bill into law. This is important because this legislation included 3 conditions. 1, the school was required to serve historically underrepresented communities. 2, it had to open by 2003. And 3, it had to earn ABA accreditation within 5 years. As fate would have it, I was fortunate to serve as provost during that initial affirmation or accreditation when that was achieved. So I go a long way with this particular law school. The College of Law admitted its first class in 2002. The ABA Association granted the College of Law provisional accreditation in 2004, which is the first step in the accreditation process. It allowed its first graduates to take the bar exam, while the law school continued to work towards meeting all of the ABA standards. The FAMU College of Law's legacy is engraved in the annals of our state and our country through the accomplishments of those 57 initial graduates. History also records that the University of Florida only graduated 2 Black law students 12 years after the 1958 desegregation. Until the 1980s, neither UF or Florida State University graduated 57 Black law students. The original 57 FAMU graduates set extraordinary examples for generations to follow, and anyone motivated by service, including today's Rattlers for Justice. One of the things I do when I speak to the graduating classes of the new law school is making them realize that it all started right here. Their history, their legacy is great, but it all started right here, 250 miles away, but we're connected in the same way to your goals around Rattlers for Justice. We should never forget that. But today, the plaque memorializes all of these 57 graduates, and we hope it will inspire the current students to acts of similar selfless courage that they demonstrated throughout their lives. This is what happens and can happen, as I said during the convocation today, when we are striking together in unity. Thank you all for joining us, and to all of you, keep striking from the top.
Good afternoon, everyone. I too want to join President Robinson in thanking you all for making time to come be with us today. Certainly want to thank Dean Keller for your great leadership, you and your team, and for the vision that you all have for where you want to take our College of Law. The message I want to leave you with is about the future. I think as we celebrate the past and reflect on where we are and how we got here, acknowledge the greats that brought us to this point, I want to share that the future is bright for the FAMU College of Law and for Florida A&M University. And as we think about the future, thinking about our goals of being a top 100 public university, thinking about our vision of being a leading national public university that's internationally known for renowned graduates, innovation, right, leadership, at the core of that is a thriving, flourishing FAMU College of Law. And so we're going to continue to partner with our dean and her leadership team, our board of trustees. They have an ambitious vision for the College of Law, and we're going to continue on the upward trajectory that's in place so that we have, without a doubt, the #1 College of Law in the state of Florida, in the region, but in the nation, because we want to be solidly placed in the top tier of public universities. So I just want to share that with you and ask for your continued support and commitment to that purpose. And as Dr. Robinson said, continue to be unified in what we do and how we do it. One thing he always says is, FAMU has overcome all of its challenges when we work together. You think about our history and every obstacle we face, including the return of the College of Law. It was only successful when all stakeholders were on the same page. And so when we think about the future, when we reflect upon the past, we really acknowledge how we got here. I just encourage everyone to keep that in mind as we work to continue to expand and build on the great legacy of the College of Law. So again, thank you for being here, and thank you, Dean Keller, again for your great leadership. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much, President Robinson and Provost Eddington, for those insightful remarks. I'd now like to acknowledge some very special guests who have joined us today. When we started this initiative to highlight the graduates of the original law school earlier this year, there was a similar effort to memorialize the college with a plaque that also pays tribute to civil rights pioneer Virgil Hawkins. We would like to recognize the individuals responsible for that effort: Attorney Harley Herman and University of Florida law professor Kenneth Nunn. If you're here, please stand and be recognized. We also want to acknowledge Attorney H.T. Smith and Attorney Marilyn Hollifield, who could not attend today, but who also contributed to the additional effort to memorialize the original FAMU College of Law. And we have several members of the Virgil Hawkins family who joined us from other areas of the state for this ceremony. Please give them a round of applause for their commitment to the cause. Thank you all for helping to acknowledge these special individuals. Let me also thank my decanal colleague, Erin O'Hara O'Connor, Dean of the Florida State University College of Law, for joining us today. I would now like to invite John Daly, Mayor of the City of Tallahassee, followed by Bill Proctor, Chair of the Leon County Commission, to share a couple of special presentations.
Thank you, Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is John Daly. I am the proud mayor of the great city of Tallahassee. Before I begin, I would like to ask my dear friend and colleague, Commissioner Diane Williams-Cox, to please come join me. Thank you, Commissioner. It is our honor and privilege to be here to present this proclamation today on the highest of seven hills. President Robinson, campus looks great. Campus looks great, and it's great to be back here during the fall semester. Thank you for everything you do. On a personal note, I always like to say, I thoroughly enjoy working with you in the relationship that we have, and you do so much for this community. We certainly do appreciate it. Dean, I want to say thank you for letting me speak before Commissioner Proctor. The chairman is just absolutely fantastic as a public speaker, and I always hate to have to follow him, but I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be here with you today to honor the 57 graduates of the original law school. Dean, would you please come join us? And President Robinson, will you please come join us too? And it's my honor to read into the record. From the governing body of the city of Tallahassee, a proclamation. Whereas Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University established a division of law on its campus in Tallahassee, Florida on December 21st, 1949. And whereas FAMU admitted its first class at the College of Law in 1951. And whereas FAMU College of Law held classes in Coleman Library from 1951 to 1968. And whereas FAMU College of Law educated, nurtured, inspired, and graduated 57 individuals who went on to become lawyers and leaders, who made significant contributions to the legal, business, and broader communities in Florida, the United States, and the world. And whereas FAMU College of Law graduated its last class and closed its doors at Coleman Library in 1968, and whereas FAMU College of Law was reestablished in Orlando in 2002 after a decades-long fight waged by alumni, administrators, and advocates for justice, and whereas FAMU College of Law is celebrating the 20th anniversary of its reopening in Orlando by hosting Rattlers for Justice Day in Tallahassee, and whereas FAMU College of Law is marking this auspicious occasion with the unveiling of a plaque that honors the 57 graduates of the original law school at the College of Law entrance steps at Coleman Library. Now, therefore, I, John E. Daly, by the authority vested in me as the mayor of the great city of Tallahassee, do hereby proclaim Friday, September 9th, 2022 as FAMU College of Law Day in the city of Tallahassee. And I urge all citizens to join me in congratulating Florida A&M University and the College of Law in this momentous occasion. Read into the record today in front of each and every one of you, signed with my signature, John Daly, dated September 9th, 2022. Mr. President, Dean Keller, it's my honor to present this proclamation on behalf of the city of Tallahassee. Sure. Here we go. Excellent. Dean, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dr. Robinson, thank you so much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To our Board of Trustee members, the families of these graduates, our esteemed administrators, the students, the faculty, friends of Florida A&M University, once again, the mayor has plagiarized my resolution. And I don't know how they see what we're going to do, but here again, I find myself not wanting to duplicate the mayor's momentous words, which are captured in this particular resolution to you. Allow me thus to defer from what the mayor has already given my proclamation to say that it's been my privilege over the years to have taught at Florida A&M since 1986, and many years, no fewer than 15 classes in that classroom right there, have I been able to beckon students to come in and look at the inscription on that building, College of Law, to explain to our political science classes its significance, its meaning, its history, and personalities who've evolved from it. Looking at the program today, Dean Keller, here at the top is Gwen Sawyer Cherry, and she was my mentor. And from the 8th grade to the 12th grade, she willed me and loved me hard enough to bend my interest into the focus of politics. I was her yard man. I drove a car, I picked her up, I took her to the airport, I was in her office every day. Gwen Sawyer Cherry impacted me, and I'm grateful eternally for Mrs. Cherry, the late representative, member of the Women's Hall of Fame in Florida. It concerned me deeply that this summer, my mother looked at me dreadfully, and she said that my daughter had been accepted and would be attending the Florida A&M University Law School in the fall. And my daughter didn't have the guts to tell her daddy that she did not go to Howard Law School, but had her grandmama to tell me instead. So, from the annals of history of Mrs. Sawyer Cherry to Haley Ariana Kimball Proctor, 1L, FAMU Law School, my heart is deeply imbued with all of the multiple meanings. And then let me say that Attorney Dew, Professor Joyner, Senator Joyner, our paths have crossed because some years ago, I worked as an aide to U.S. Senator Bob Graham and as special assistant to Governor Child. And I've been in more fist fights and trench fights and seen them all across the state executing the determinate mantra of this school that it develops social engineers. And for the social engineering that has been wrought through each of the graduates of the school, it has phenomenal legacy. So, Dean, the torch that you carry, the leadership that you embody, we say to you, there's great, memorable, loving legacy. To the Duffy family, who here, the Knight family, Mr. Knight taught in our political science department, Howard Knight, many years. We salute you, the Duffy family, who Mr. Duffy and my father formed a men's breakfast many years ago, and y'all's family honored me to do his eulogy last February. We take seriously everything that your husband's work, your family's work, your work has meant in the progress and freedom for citizens of the state of Florida and beyond. And so the mayor has laid it out, but let me say that, therefore, I, Bill Proctor, he didn't say that part. We would have stopped him. He didn't say, I, Bill Proctor, by the power vested in me as the chairman of the Leon County Commission, do hereby proclaim Friday, September 9th, 2022 is FAMU College of Law Day across Leon County, and I urge every resident of the county to join me in congratulating Florida A&M University and the College of Law on this momentous occasion. May God bless FAMU's College of Law and Florida A&M University forever. Anybody want my picture? I'm available. Let me give him my good side.
We sincerely appreciate those very special presentations. Thank you very much, Mayor Daley and Chair Proctor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to recognize our honorees and their families. There were 57 individuals who graduated from the original College of Law, many of whom are no longer with us. In fact, we have lost several recently. In 2018, we lost Ed Rogers. In 2019, we lost Howard Gore Knight. And just last year, we lost Ed Duffy, Alcee Hastings, and Irving Mills. Our records indicate that we have 4 of the 57 still with us. 2 of those 4 have graced us with their presence today. Bernice Doran Gaines and Perker Meeks could not attend today, but they and their families sent their best wishes. We are fortunate to have 2 alumni of the original College of Law joining us today, along with the families of several other original alumni. Please stand or give us a wave and be acknowledged when I call your names. Attorney John Dew? No, just a wave. Just a wave. Senator Arthenia Joyner. Attorney Dew is joined by his daughters, Lydia Grice and Janita Dew, and Senator Joyner is joined by her niece, Katrina Billups. We also have in attendance Miss Sydney Lampkin, the granddaughter of the late Benjamin Lampkin, class of 1964. Mrs. Alberta Duffy, wife of the late Ed Duffy, class of 1968, who is joined by members of the Duffy family. Mrs. Otis Knight, the wife of the late Howard Gore Knight, also class of 1968. And we have several relatives of Judge Perker Meeks, class of 1968, including Mr. Christopher Meeks, Ms. Jennifer Grant, Ms. Carmen Grant, and Ms. Vancella Dixon.
Got one late entry.
I'm sorry?
One late entry. Daryl McGee.
We are also joined by Daryl McGee. Wave hearts. There we go. Thank you. If you would please give them all another round of applause. These 57 alumni were Rattlers for Justice decades ago. Their stories are unique, and we're working on a project to capture these experiences and to chronicle their individual legacies for posterity. Today, the 57 individuals who matriculated through the original FAMU College of Law will now have their names permanently marked outside the building where their careers began. I want to ask Attorney Dew and Senator Joyner to join me, Trustee Plaque, President Robinson, and Provost Eddington to take a photograph commemorating the unveiling of the permanent marker. We'll then ask the relatives of the additional original alumni to join us for a second photo. So we are going to convene over here. Thank you.
Y'all ready? On three. Are you doing it? Okay. Okay, Vernon. 1, 2, 3. All right, all right. Don't let it hit the ground. That's right. Bill, you gonna get you in? Can you get in a little closer? Yeah. Okay, so there he is right there. That's my phone vibrating on your butt. Listen, goddamn.
All right, I'm going to get the mayor and the chair and the chair. Make sure you're in there. If you're on the end, I might want to get you by the senator. Make sure the chair is in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You may have to come in front of this.
I just telling the University of Florida students about it yesterday.
Yeah, we're good. Thank you. Bye. Thanks again.
Bye.
We heard the big unveiling today being FAMU College of Law Day. What can you tell us more about what went into that?
Well, it's an exciting day to be on the highest of the Seven Hills. I mean, to be able to be here to honor the 57 graduates of the original law school is just phenomenal. And to have the faculty, staff, and administration from the law school in Orlando be in Tallahassee, it's a game weekend. This is just a great time to celebrate.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Man, you showed up FAMU with a Howard.
I did. I had to, man. I'm a Howard grad. It's all love, man. It's all love.
And the
U.S. shirt on. And the U.S. shirt on. With the U.S. shirt on. I had to.
I hope you get on here okay.
Yeah, I think we're making that all right. But
Just gonna make part of your filming right here.
Attorney Dew was here, a huge powerhouse in the community. What was it like to see him again? Have you met him before?
I have. I've had the opportunity to spend some time with Attorney Dew.
Yeah.
He's an amazing man. I mean, we can learn so much from these incredible leaders. And to have the senator here as well. I mean, it's just been a great day. It really has.
Absolutely. Very much so. What do you imagine the future of FAMU College of Law being? What does that look like to you? What do you
Well, you know, the FAMU College of Law is one of the best in the state of Florida, and they are on the right path, and they're heading in the right direction. I mean, FAMU is the #1 public HBCU in the nation, and you can't beat it. I mean, FAMU has made such great strides, and they're just heading in the right direction, and it's amazing. Very proud to have FAMU in Tallahassee, proud to have the law school in Orlando and part of the family, and yeah, it's great. Great day.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
Appreciate it.
Great to meet you.
All right, take care.
You as well.
Like, what's my height right now? You know?
Your height?
Yeah, like with the umbrella.
Oh, yeah. Would it be okay if I ask you guys a couple questions about the day today? We're from UF, Samuel Proctor Oral History Program, and we're here documenting kind of the unveiling. We spent some time with Attorney Pugh earlier this week, so can we get you guys' kind of opinion on today? Okay, we're going to start with your names and how do you spell them?
Okay. Amanda Hunter, AMANDA HUNTER.
Okay, Amanda Hunter.
Special Thompson, SPECIAL THOMPSON.
Nice to meet you both. And you, Alexandra, right?
Yes.
Do you want to get in on this as well? Your last name?
Alexandra Vieira.
Your last name?
Oh, V as in Victor, I as in ice, E as in elephant, I as in ice, R as in Richard, A as in apple.
Okay, wonderful. So where are you, all of you guys on your law school journey now?
We are third years, and Ms. Thompson is a second year.
Awesome. How did you guys feel about the event today? What was it like? How did it feel?
It was very inspiring, especially us in our last year, that little inspiration you need and motivation to push you through the finish line, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think just knowing that the original graduates were in our presence, and also getting tips beforehand regarding like what we should expect for bar prep, that was also really, like, we took that personal. I took mental notes, especially with us taking the bar next year and graduating in May.
It's exciting. And special, how do you
I'm just really happy to be here. Like, we're living in history right now. So like to be a 2L and get to experience this and getting all the tips and seeing the inspiring stories from the original class, like I'm just happy to be here.
Absolutely. I guess since you guys are kind of on your way out the door, what would you imagine like the future of FAMU to look like? What do you FAMU Law School to look like?
I would say continuing the tradition of being rattlers for justice, you know, pushing the boundary, making sure there's justice for all, equality and equity for all. I mean, knowing that the starting class was 57, and knowing that hopefully every year going forward it will just continue to increase, and knowing that so many of us are going to be making a big difference in the local community, just in Florida, every other state, and pretty much all over the world. That's really, you know, social engineers just going forward.
I imagine us being here again, like celebrating another class, right? Celebrating what they've accomplished.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. We know it's hot. We're not going to take more of your time. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Hey, how you doing, man? What's your name?
Patrick.
Patrick?
Yes.
Okay, nice to meet you, Donovan.
Did you spell your last name?
Oh, yes.
Patrick Isidore, Isidore.
Where's that from?
Haiti.
Haiti, Haitian?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very cool. So, Patrick, well, first of all, where are you in your law school journey? Where are you at?
So I'm a 3L. So I'm graduating in 9 months.
Oh, wow.
May
Exciting.
5th. Yes.
You counting down the days, huh?
Yes, counting down the days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you feel being at this event today? What was it like?
Well, it was very inspiring, and just hearing the stories about the struggles that the law school had to overcome. And, you know, of course, I go to the law school down in Orlando, and I can tell you that a lot of students in Orlando, they don't really know the history. And so for a lot of us, it was very surprising and interesting to hear the story, hear how the college was built and everything. And so I'm just very glad that I was able to be here at this event and meet some of the older alumni who kind of paved the path for us to go to law school down in Orlando.
Awesome. And what inspired you to be an attorney? How did that come up?
Well, to be honest, I always knew I wanted to be an attorney. I was always interested in the law, and I like to have arguments with people and stuff like that. So I always kind of knew I wanted to be an attorney. But, you know, being in undergrad, I was taking like pre-law classes, and that kind of solidified it for me. And so I always knew that this is something I wanted to do.
Yeah, very cool. What do you imagine kind of, you said pave the way for like FAMU students, right? What do you imagine the future looking like for FAMU? For FAMU law students?
Well, you know, just being in class, I know that a lot of our classmates are incredible people. And, you know, even some of our student leaders here, they're incredible people. And I know that they're going to go on to do great things in the future. And so, you know, we heard from some of these older alumni and how they've made an impact on the world already in Tallahassee and Florida. And I know that my classmates right now, they're going to be poised to do the same in the future. So I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited to see what they can do in the future.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick.
No problem.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm getting it. I'm getting it, for sure. It'll be a battle, but we're going to make it. Absolutely. Life is good.
Anywhere on the front? Yeah.
Hey, Bishop. Hey, Bishop, how you doing?
Making my move while I can.
True enough.
Yeah, they put it in the
Process.